finger running. I guess I'll just take a little talk, I guess. So now try to make a WES7, which is like Windows embedded standard update and all that, but of course it's old, so all this wasting of time, the devil really know how to do his thing, It's disgusting. Now actually you can get support for WES into 2023, I figure this in regards to Roman calendar, but of course that's only if you actually pay further for it and all that. Now, of course I got WES7 with this little machine, which is also like just to get the key out was difficult. Everything was difficult with this little desktop or slim device. You can see it here, I guess. It's not that much. That's not that much light at the moment, but here it is. That's my hard drive sitting in it. You can also use this thing as well for SD cards, and I have that little graphic card for video, but that wasn't really, both of them, I got both of them working. Also have like this little thing here for an SD card that works if you put it in the slot for the hard drives. You can actually get Windows 7 working on one of these, and actually it's not too bad. It actually works, when you get all the drivers installed and all that. Although it can maximum do 35 megabyte read and write, I think it is, even if the SD card should be able to do more. But the lower end, it seems to have some kind of buffering, so that absolutely helps. So it runs pretty fluently when you get all the drivers installed. This one you need to have in the second port, either for Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. This one is the graphic card, either Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, I can't remember. There's two settings, and either works with one. One works with one and the other works with the other. I can't remember which one, but it doesn't. Oh yeah, I think this one uses the Bluetooth, and this one uses the Wi-Fi, or maybe it's the other way around. Let's see here. Thinking. I can't remember, but anyway, and you need to, of course, in regard to Wi-Fi, you need to turn off the auto awake, because if you don't turn that off, it will still continue to use power. And the Bluetooth sadly also makes it use power, and you cannot turn that off. If I can't remember which card, but the card that needs Bluetooth to run will make the computer always use power even if it's turned off. If you turn it off as standard, without all these things turned on, it actually goes down to 0 watts. It's pretty good, and actually pretty much doesn't use anything. That's how it should be, right? But anyway, like the other computer I have over there, the big one, it uses more in standby, just turned off, than this little slim device. I can't remember how much it is, but it's over 10 watts that it uses just to be plugged into the power thing, not doing anything, not being turned on. And that's as much as the slim device uses when it's powered on. It seldom uses over 10 watts, so, which of course is the whole idea of it, to go, to get away from all that power nonsense and the tyrants and all that. I'll see how things goes. So I was trying to make this this Windows embedded standard thing. Has this thing where you can image configuration editor, whatever. and I kind of have sorted at least somewhat how it works. But you have 180 days, remaining on the trial and whatever. You have a trial on although I've heard that you cannot, that apparently the images you make with it might also be a problem. It might also be some kind of testing. So even if I actually get this to work, installing all the updates for Windows 7 embedded, which there were some updates that they just didn't wanna embed. I think I did it the right way, but apparently there was some updates. But these updates are apparently not for the Windows 7 embedded, and I just took the Windows 7 updates, and some of them it actually, but then again, that might not be actually a good thing, because there's some variations between the updates and all that. So what am I going to do with that? Well, I need to catch the updates. Right here we have, now it has finally looked into download and install updates for your computer. Why isn't there just an option just to download the updates? Change settings, view update history, restore hidden updates, update frequently. You can actually make it, of course, just download updates in the background, and then when you want to install them, you can do that, right? I don't know if I can catch the updates before it actually begins to install them. I could try, right? So we have 105 updates. And I guess it just installs them and then it removes them again. And, you'd have to redo it over and over and over and over and over again. 1 terabyte pretty much. Oh, sorry, 1 gigabyte of updates. 105 updates, and then of course there will be some updates afterwards and all that. And it's just tedious, and it's, of course, Microsocks or Megasocks, they are bullshitting all around and time wasting people, and so sick, not entirely sure what to really. The problem was I couldn't run the Home Premium on this device, which I really wanted to just do, because I only have one legal key. I guess I might be able to call them up and ask them for move the key for something else, but I don't know. It's but there's a legal key for the WES, which is also supported longer in regards to security updates, although I guess I don't get further, and I don't really care about all the security nonsense, but I would like to have it all updated. Also, there's some updates that won't work without Windows being fully, being updated to some point, Okay, let's try to install the update, and it's preparing to install. What are you talking about? You need to download them first. Now, there's just no option for just to, everything that you want as a user, everything you want control of, they don't give you that. They do everything the opposite way, Now it's downloading 105 updates, right? So I need to figure out where are it downloading it to, right? So I need to investigate that instead of just downloading them once and for all. Think about it. They talk about, the environment and green, all these things, right? They're blowing to the smoke as they always do. They fart out all the bullshit as always, They say one thing and they don't blow, they don't put out the fire, they just blow to the smoke because there's money in doing that. It's disgusting. Okay, in the download folder there seems to be a lot of folders now. Although I'm not sure. I'm looking for some kind of specific files. But anyway, there seems to be a lot of folders here. I don't know if I hit the right folder. It's in software distribution. I have 235 folders, so that's not. Seems to be things that it's doing, but I don't know if there's another. There's a self-update. Self-update, there's apparently a folder. But anyway, of course, I need the updates for WES, and I'm like, why do I need to download them all the time? It's bullshit. And it's just, and yet Microsoft just don't care about bullshit, right? They, of course, we know Bill Gates is a Satanist as well, and lots of Satanists around, and they tend to just think with their, purse, right? They want money, money, money. They don't care about the users. They just want to rip us off. Okay, and so many things that should just be standard, right? They just, everything went downhill since Windows 2000. I tried to get Windows 2000 and Windows XP installed on this slim device, but I haven't even been able to install it. So that's kind of, I tried to install it on the other one and move it over to this one, doesn't work either. I tried different kinds of replacing of files and all that, and I just haven't, haven't succeeded in any way, sadly. So, of course, I'm not giving up as of yet, although nearly, because I can't even, I just wanted to make it easier for, oh, here we go, downloading 105 updates, 1 gigabyte, 1 point something. Okay, so if we actually take this little application I have somewhere, maybe I can figure out where it's, but, why do we, because we don't want it to uninstall, right? Maybe I can just turn it off when it has downloaded all the updates, just turn it off, then turn it on again, right? Because then it shouldn't have installed the update, and while it hasn't installed the update, it shouldn't have deleted the files, right? They should still be on the hard drive. Now again, another way is to say to it, you're allowed to, download the updates, but I'm telling you when and so forward. And of course that will take time as well, because it downloads the things in the background, but who knows how long it will take to actually download everything, right? It's, let's say, same nonsense waiting game of nonsense, So, I'm just sick and tired of it all, all the lunacy that is in this world. It's just disgusting. And we'll see what we can if we run the WinDiastat, but as I understand it, I should have been in the right folder in regards of, at least, of course this is WES, Windows Embedded 7 standard thing, or standard 7, whatever. This is not the other Windows version that they talked about, but it should be in Windows, and, what was it called? I just had it last, oh my poor brain. Just waste our brain with all this bullshit, Oh, but you cannot just, say download all the files. No, you have to say download and install, right? Don't give the user the option, right? Anyway, let's check the software distribution and see. We have 1.98 gigabyte at the moment. So let's put this over to the right, and let's wait a little and see if it has grown when I push again. And of course, there's some specific files that I'm looking for, so I need to figure that out as well. Let's see if we can find out what the files are. And I can just search on them, hopefully. But of course, if this even doesn't work, if you need like to pay $950 for a key, if you're using the tool compared to just using the the standard system, I thought the key would work with the, but apparently that seems to be like an extra thing, right? But anyway, here we have import packages, and it's looking for CAB and MSU files. Okay, anyway, let's just push properties again. Well, it didn't really, apparently it just comes up with the other one. Don't seem to be much difference. Okay, anyway, let's search on the MSU first and see if we can, oh well, let's put a star one. You know, I hate computing. You know what they have done with it on so many levels? It's just disgusting, and people just follow along with the depravity. And we're just totally rolled over. We are not allowed to do what we want with the things, and oh, we need security bullshit and nonsense and all this. It just continues with the insanity. Well, it's still downloading 105 updates, and I'm still not sure what the folder is. Maybe it's also, who knows, maybe it's downloading the files in another kind of format, so it's harder for the user, right? Because that's how it is, you know. They will do everything and anything to make it, you know, to make things, you know, totally disgusting. Anyway, let's see here. WES7 update files location. Let's see here. Well, updates saved in Windows 7, but that's Windows 7, not Windows 7 embedded. You know, who knows? They might have moved it in another place, right? Where are the MSU files stored? Here it says it's like a 934307. Yeah, okay, but anyway, we should be able to find the MSU files if it's search, or of course search sucks. No match. Should be able to find something. Apparently not. Okay, let's try another one and search for the other kind of files. CAB or something like that. Let's see if that's better. No items match your search. Okay. Maybe it downloads a whole nother kind of thing. I don't know. Okay, anyway, here we have with this looks like some kind of update, but it has all these folders, right? And there's a lot of files in them, but they are unpacked. They're not even. I think it's the right place. File repository. Huge amount of files. It has a huge amount of files, different sizes. I'm not sure. You know, some of them just seems to be huge. The whole thing is like 24 gigabytes, so that's, I don't know how that works out. Why would the files be? Here we have something in regards to some kind of drivers, it looked like. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's another place, but see here we also have some kind of, oh, I think, no, that's in regard to the installation, but it would have looked like, you know, we have some cat files and all that, different cat files, but that's not for the, that's of course for the other installation. That's not in regards to updates. Well, I guess some sort of updates, but it's, you have all these, you know, all these different folders. I think it must be the, but I don't know why it's, I guess it's opening all the files up instead of just, I guess it must, I don't know if it's just downloading them and then opening them up, because this is like huge, like 24.6. Let's try to refresh this and refresh all and see if it's still 24. Let's see how far it's gone with the Windows update. 35% completed. I'm not sure I can import these kind of files, you know, so that's kind of a problem. I think I need to, you know, I just kind of bothersome if I need to, you know, if I try to download 100 files manually. It's like, but that's the bullshit game that they do with us, right? You know, oh, you can just do it manually, right? Uh-oh, we have a problem in regards to the temperature. Can we find the blower? I don't know. Apparently not. There we go. It's so sickening. There must be a way, you know. I guess even if you even make them download it then for installation later on, if it doesn't even download it in cap files, right? If it whatever MSU files or whatever. If it just, you know, if it just let's turn this a little over here. There we go. Gets a little wind. What a joke with all these things. What a bad joke. A stinking joke. Why wouldn't they release a last updated version of the systems, right? No, we don't want to do that. You know, we just want to have you download from our servers like 1 gigabyte or 2 gigabyte. I think the other Windows have like, you know, 2 point something gigabyte. I can't remember, but it's a huge amount, you know. Like every time you install it again, you have to go through this bullshit. Instead of just being able to take your version and just incorporate the drivers easily, and no, we wanna make it. Yeah, there's a lot of folders in here in file repository. I don't know if that's Windows, System 34, Driver Store, File, Repository. I have no idea if I'm looking in the right place. This is huge compared to, so it might not be the right place that I'm looking. I'm not sure. At least you do have a lot of files. It's in System. And File Repository. Anyway, I think it was at least one of the places it talked about it was File Repository. Update saves Windows 7. Let's see here. Connection is not private. Well, because of all the bullshit, you know, because it's not updated and blah 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 blah. Just give me in. Path Windows software distribution download. If your main disk is C, this is the path. C Windows and software distribution. Okay, software distribution. Well, that's okay. Windows, that should be in a whole nother place, right? So Windows, and I don't even know, you know, it might not even be here. Of course, I should be able to also find, anyway, so we should have something called software distribution. Oh, no, what was it they said? Sorry. Software distribution, okay, yeah. And then download, okay. It should be in here. Okay. Yeah, around 700. Okay, that sounds right. But what kind of files? Yeah. It's not the kind of thing. Let's see here. Properties. Well, that is a cap file. There's some other files as well. So, okay. But I guess maybe I can, you know, just before it has downloaded, then just shut off the computer so it stops, right? So it doesn't begin to install. Hide extensions. Yeah, well, that's the thing, you know, you need to hack the system, hack the planet again and again and again, right? Hide empty drives in the empty. No, don't do that, you know. Like all these nonsense things, right? You need to display file size information in folder tips. So know what that
file, okay, let's say okay for that, great. So I think we found the folder at least, and that should be growing until it reaches, well now it's 1.13. So now of course we need to look into, we have 55% completed according to this. It'd be nice if we actually could look in a live how this goes in regards of, well still okay, 1.33, which 1.4 because apparently it uses but yeah, 1.33. Why doesn't why do they have all this parentheses bullshit, the deception number in the other one? We don't need the other number because it's fake. Anyway, let's see here if we can see some of what. Okay, you have some of the files, and some of the files is, we have a cap file here, but it's only, it's small. You have all these files out, so let's see, update, modify. Well, it seems to be modifying it at the moment, so, but again, it's unpacked, so I'm not sure I can actually, can I really, can I fix these in the package of Windows 7? If I make like a thing, I don't know. Like usually when you download something, it's like in a cap file, right? There was one that made like this program where you could download all of the Windows 7 files. This is not Windows 7, it's much less popular, so a huge amount of time you would need to do if you would need, if you did this manually, right? Okay, let's see how far it is. We have 71% completed. So what's the point? Well, I guess we'll just need to close, we'll just keep an eye on it, and when it reaches 100%, we'll just turn it off. Computer and turn it on again, copy all the files, and I can try it out if it works. It might not work at all. I can try and see if it works. Where did it go? Windows and software software distribution and download. Yep, there we go. I'll just make copy here. Great shotgun. But they who knows, but they usually try to do everything in their power to make nonsense, so the user has a hard time to do what he wants. That's the typical, you have to battle with the things and I'm so sick and tired of it. It's with everything you need to battle, One thing is that, a device might not be, because of they haven't fixed it or something. Another thing is to purposely put walls up against the user. It's just not one wall, it's it's many walls, and it just keeps on going these days, because of the security and all that bullshit, right? They will use that as an excuse, for example. That's one of the things. Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, I guess all these spots. Oh, it's just normal, right? Yeah, everything is normal, I guess. I guess death is normal, right? Oh my. Yeah, that's... No worries, death is a normal thing. Yeah. Incredible. It's a sick society. Oh, it says it's preparing to install. It's already downloading us. Downloaded it. It says it's prepared. I can stop the installation. It says. Let's try to just push this stop installation. Oh, actually, I could have checked with an application if it's actually still downloading. I should have checked that. Of course, if it's preparing, what is it then doing and all that, you know. Let's see here. Failed to updates, cancelled 100 and okay, 103. Okay. Review import. No, well, I guess we can just copy those folders and try with the, you know, and say, hey, this is the folder, try it out, you know. It's around 2.04 gigabyte, but it's not the kind of files I would have wished. There are some of these CAF files, but these CAF files are like, yeah, I think it's like the CAF files unpacked. So you just have a small CAF file, and then everything that it has is just out, you know, of the thing. It looks very messy, that's for sure. Now, of course, don't make it too easy, right? Don't just fix the folders like this is KB3101722, right? Don't write that on the folder, right? Just make the folder be some kind of bullshit number, right? Here you can see the different, you have a cap, and you have an XML file, and it seems to be, yeah, you have a cap and an XML, and then you have the, inside the folder you have the name and all that. So, okay, so we should have 103 updates, you know, and of course that could be interesting then to try to incorporate. If we like, when I already tried to incorporate a lot of things, which is probably not so good actually. I should probably have made it like a copy. Probably a good idea just to install the image thing and reinstall it, I guess. Do we have like an uninstaller? I don't know. I guess we need to run it from the... Okay. So now, okay, now we've copied over. Okay, so try again. So downloading 105 update. Are you kidding me? You're actually going to download all the things again just because I stopped it while it was... Is that the thing you're going to do? Okay. Maybe we should just copy this and paste it over to this and just try to incorporate it and see if it even wants to incorporate it. But it will be interesting to see if it's actually going to want to re-download all the files again that it actually downloaded. Yeah, insanity. Don't expect just to be able to download an installation, you know, DVD with every single update, right? No. Are you crazy? That would just be way too easy, right? Yeah, we have a lot of other things to do, right? And, you know, than to help the user, right? We just want to bullshit, and you can use our servers and misuse the internet, right? Because I'm sure there's a lot of, you know, other things that the internet could use all that bandwidth for, right? Than to okay, at the moment it's saying it's downloading 105 updates, although it doesn't seem to be doing much downloading according to the net meter I have here. Well, I have two net meters. If one doesn't work, the other should work. Well, it looks pretty bad in regards to the downloading. It's pretty much doing nearly nothing. So 1.6 kilobyte per second. So you can download 105 updates, right? And apparently it seems like if you stop the installation of it after it's download all these five, it apparently want to re-download everything. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we'll see what it does, but it's just the file seems to be still there, you know. In regards to 2.07 gigabyte, 37,000 files. So I guess maybe it's just downloading and unpacking on the fly or something like that. Or whatever it's doing very slow. And of course it just says 0% complete. And we're still copying files over to the that takes 2 hours with all those small files, because of course a lot of these, and that's the problem, of course, when you move things and all that. If it's small files, it doesn't like it. It doesn't, and that's typical for a lot of things. Like micro SD cards just doesn't like small files. A lot of USB keys doesn't like small files. It has been like that for 10, 15 years or something like that. They don't want, because then you can use it as, a portable thing, and they didn't like the portable thing. You guys are running portable applications that you just can take with you. No, they want to have control, so they want you to be on a license. They want to hook you in as much as they can. And just get downhill. If they could, and I guess they can, and they do, they would have you be on the internet to be able to use the nonsense, right? That's how it is. A license. A license. They love those licenses because then you don't own it. They can just take it away from you. I guess it's the battery is draining pretty quick, so I guess it will. Oh, a lot quicker than I thought, actually. I don't know why it's still showing the image so much, but I guess we'll nearly be done. But yeah, just finding this and trying things out, and it's just the time wasting bullshit as always, and it just keeps on going with the bullshit. I guess Windows Update can't figure things out, it's still saying downloading updates. And again, the problem is when you have updates for things, they need Windows updates, some of them. So if you try to install an update like for the internet, it might not work like I just hit into, because it's too new. Apparently you need to have an older version and then it works. Then you need to update with Windows updates after you install the Windows, and waste an hour on that or more, and then you can install the newest updates for the network, because you need the internet, of course, to actually install those Windows updates, right? So you see, you have to install the older network drivers, and then install Microsoft's, and then install the newest update of, it's just all this bullshit. It just keeps on going. It keeps on going. Oh, it seems to be preparing to install again, so I guess it hasn't had the need to download, although it did say that it was downloading, but maybe it was syncing with the Microsoft's place and all that. Maybe they just want to see how many stupid people is out there that they have, toying around with, or how many users are actually just being fooled by that bullshit. It's incredible, right? Because you would think that that Microsoft didn't want their servers to be used, right? You know, in regards of downloading. You would think that they actually wanted people not to, you know, disturb their servers, but of course that's not the purpose. The purpose is to waste the user's time. And of course make these heavy systems that just runs totally badly compared to the old days, right? You could run a system on a 200 megahertz, you know, fluently, and you know, again, you know, and you have a system, right, 3 gigahertz, 4 gigahertz, and multiple processors, and it just, you know, can't even. It's heavy. It doesn't feel quickie, or, you know, it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit, because those old computers could pretty much do all that. You know, of course not graphically in regards of high, you know, resolution video and all that, but they could do what you could today in regards of text and programming, and, you know, you could do what, you know, listening to music, you know, and MP3 files. And but now we need like multi-processing, and yet the system is still slow, and so, you know, it's just depraved, and you just need something bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And a system in the old days could be 400 megabytes. Windows 2000, when you install it, is around 400 megabyte, a clean installation. XP is 500 megabyte. And then it went totally nutcase, right? I saw one of the Androids, but like over 60 gigabytes or something like that for a system. What's wrong with the programmers? Are they absolutely outrageous? You can't fix a system 60 gigabytes. More than, I can't remember. I think it was even more, but it was huge. You know, it's, you know, I can't remember how much it was, but it was like totally out there. You know, outrageous. You know, it's just, you know, thinking of, you know, think about it. Windows 2000, 400 megabyte, XP 500 megabyte. And it's, you know, it's madness. It's absolutely madness. We couldn't work, you know, we couldn't just update Windows 2000, right? If Microsoft has just continued with Windows 2000 and supported it and all that, it would have been a lot better than the rest of the bullshit out there. Snappy, you know. Those people that are working on it and have it running and all that, you know, snappy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no, we need to have spyware and advertising and security and lock the user out on so many levels, and, you know, push all the bullshit, you know, on the users. It's installing 11 updates of 103, and now my mobile is logging off.